Okay, I think you can kick off with and then I'll
Sure thing. So, hello everyone. Lovely to meet you. My name's Craig. I wasn't fortunate enough to be in South Africa with Tess's trip a little while ago, but thanks for joining and great to meet you. Hopefully you've perhaps had a look at the webinar we did a couple of weeks ago, which I did. And if you've got any questions off the back of that, please, today is a good time to ask those as well. But I suppose the exciting news, which certainly, Erica, you were plastering all over Facebook last night, was fantastic. The official news is out that we've got 30 to 40 days until doTERRA goes live with warehouse opening and distribution out of Johannesburg. So,
woo! I'm so excited. I'm buzzing. I know you are too.
Absolutely fantastic news. So really, really exciting. And what I was really impressed with is the amount of work that Cameron and Greg and the team have put together already, because they're really talking about possibly, get to know doTERRA events in October, which is only a month away. Both get to know for an open introduction, but also potentially business training events as well, which is really exciting as well. So I think they've obviously done a heap of work, and it's going to be really interesting to see how that all comes together. So perhaps just let me just run through some of the notes that I made. First and foremostly, within...
Hold on a second.
Yep.
Sorry, Craig. Yvette, can you hear us?
No.
I don't think she can hear us yet. Let's just give it, just give Yvette a second. Yvette, can you hear us?
She's frozen.
No, okay, we'll just have to carry on. I'll catch up with Yvette. Sorry, Craig.
No worries. So what they're saying is within the next couple of weeks, the people like yourselves with global access, what is called a global access account. In other words, South Africa wasn't open, so you were registered with an account as a global access member. All of you with global access accounts will be converted to a South African account. And as soon as that happens, you'll obviously have access to back office, log on and everything that's there. And when you log in, you'll be able to then see the South African products and the pricing that will be all South African. And you'll be able to check your details and place orders and get your loyalty rewards orders booked and set. And those will then obviously be delivered out of South Africa. But yeah, so you will not be able to order anything from outside of South Africa once that happens. And if you travel to another country, you'll be able to order there and get it delivered. But unfortunately, the South African market will not have the ability like Australia, where we can actually order from America. South Africa won't have that ability. So the only product that will be available will be the 40-odd products that have been announced, which are not finalized yet anyway. But we're still waiting to see exactly what the pricing is and what those products are. So within the next couple of weeks, it will go in.
Ek sien jy's gemute op Craig se storie.
Yeah, we are muting everyone at the moment, please, so that we can...
Yep.
Okay.
So as soon as we get details, well, as soon as they move into what they call beta testing phase, which will be in the next couple of weeks, those accounts will be converted, and then you will have the ability to actually log in and enroll people in South Africa and place South African orders. Now, really, really important for anybody who wants that to happen, you need to send an email to the new market distribution team, and that information was provided, and I'll put it up in this event as well. You need to send an email with your details, with your member number, and that you're interested in being part of the beta testing.
Did they invite everyone or only the elites and above, Craig?
Anyone who wants to be part of the beta testing, they said. Okay. And that's an email that must go to nmd@doterra.com. So I'll put that detail in there. So if you are building the business and keen to build the business, and you're going to be looking to enroll people and be part of the beta testing when that rolls out, you need to send that email through to nmd@doterra.com to get access to that process. They did tell us that we're looking at approximately 40 products that will be launched with, and over the first 6 months or so, they want to increase that product number fairly substantially. And the products that we're looking at is 3 enrollment kits potentially, which will be the Aroma Touch kit, the Family Essentials kit, which is a smaller version of the Home Essentials and doesn't have a diffuser.
The 5 ml ones.
They're 5 ml bottles, not 15. And then the third kit will be the Home Essentials kit. Now, I understand that they're busy working to convert some of the diffusers to be available to work in South Africa, obviously with South African plugs. So touch wood, we will have those 3 kits. From a product point of view, they've given us a bit of a list of the most important oils that are currently being shipped to South Africa. So they include lavender, peppermint, and I'll pop a note of these ones as well. So if you want to, don't try and write really quickly unless you're into shorthand. Lavender, peppermint, copaiba, which is fantastic that's being launched in South Africa. We waited 5 years to get copaiba in Australia.
Copaiba is for all of those people who are on the cannabis oils. Get them onto copaiba.
Let them
it works better.
Try
it actually
that
works
one.
better.
Then we've got Melaleuca and Breathe, lemon. The South African version of DigestZen is going to be called ZenGest. So some of them will have different names depending on trademark changes. You will get On Guard. And they did also say that you'll get the On Guard hand wash, which is fantastic, because then you can start looking to replace some products for people that they have at home and start giving them chemical-free and really, really good quality On Guard hand wash, which is fantastic.
I love the hand wash, by the way. It's something that my clinic clients always comment on, and I've got it in my kitchen, in my bathrooms. So the hand wash is really, it's one of my favorite things.
Really good. Then we'll have eucalyptus oil Serenity, which is fantastic. That's the sleepy version of lavender. It's the blend. Beautiful, beautiful blend. One of my favorite. It's got really, really lovely smell to it. Balance. Smart and Sassy, known in America as Slim and Sassy. Wild Orange, Citrus Bliss, Rosemary. So that's really nice that there are a couple of oils that you could certainly start testing in your spaghetti bolognese and in some of your cooking trials, which is awesome. So rosemary, absolutely favorite. Frankincense, Claricalm, great one to be using in discussion with classes, particularly hormonal support.
Issues, yeah, anything to do with the hormones. Every woman's best friend.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how young or how old. I recommend Claricalm for everyone. Little roll on.
Fantastic. Past tense is also a roller used for head pain and relief. In Tune is another one that's also focused blend. It's a blend in a roller bottle. Oregano or oregano. The Americans will be oregano. So oregano, which goes with a rosemary. Also, you can put that in your kitchen. Immortelle, that's the
Salubel, that's the skin roller.
Yep.
Called Immortelle.
So
fantastic
some
skin.
of you may have actually got the Salubel as the special a few months ago. So the South African version will be called Immortelle, and that's, I think it's also Immortelle in the UK, in some of them anyway. Lang Lang is another one. All right, then Deep Blue and the Aroma Touch oil. And then obviously fractionated coconut oil will be available as in South Africa to use as a blend. The shampoo and conditioner, fantastic that those two are going to be available in South Africa as well. They are really, really lovely. I'm not sure what sizes they will be. We can actually get a really big pump action, but we're not sure what will be launched in South Africa. I mentioned the hand wash as well. There's a Virage series. I think they mentioned 3 of them. I think 3 or 4 skincare. So there's a toner and a couple of others. I didn't make enough notes.
Yeah,
but
it's okay. The Virage comes in 4 little products in one little box. It is fantastic, especially for more maturing skin. And I didn't listen to that. So there were other products other than Virage.
No, just the Virage.
Okay, so Virage is really fantastic for the skin. So keep that one in mind.
Yep. So those were the products that they've mentioned.
Very exciting. It's a really, really nice products to get started with. But not just that, it's a really nice group of products to start teaching with.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing your classes, you don't need to talk about anything else. You don't need to talk about juniper berry and fennel and everything else. Those are the oils that we normally that we have people, smell and experience. And not all of them, of course, because there are too many of them, but we mention those often in our classes.
And I think the nice thing is that there's some, as I said, what we talk about replacement products. There's the soaps and the Virages that you can get people to start using every month as a replacement to some of the other products that they might use. And if they're interested in this chemical-free way of life, then certainly you can move them down that route and get them onto loyalty rewards. And we'll talk about that tonight as part of the business training. So they mentioned that the South African products are actually being imported into South Africa and will be registered as cosmetics. So all of the branding and the labeling has to match the cosmetic requirements for South Africa. Now, what's important about that is, as Greg said, is you are not allowed to write or publish anywhere on social media that the oils can be used internally or taken internally at all. You're not allowed to say that anywhere in writing. That doesn't stop you from doing it and using them yourself if you're comfortable to use them yourself. And it doesn't stop people from doing research and using the products aromatically, topically, or internally.
It says law in South Africa that we can't say anything at the moment internally because it's not registered yet for internal use. So we just don't want to break the law and then
you don't want to get in trouble around that. They will be looking apparently at looking to register some of the oils with, specifically in South Africa, there's something called the Complementary Alternative Medicines products, CAMs, which they are really excited about, because if they can get some of their oils registered for CAMs, they will then be able to publish and provide you with material that you could actually publish and say, this is a complementary medicine. And we'll hopefully get down that route a little bit later.
And they're working on internal registration as well. They're working on that.
That's right. They said they'd be looking to register some as a foods category. So some oils may then get a secondary label as a food product.
And a different bottle. They'll use a different bottle for it. So, for example, maybe a dropper bottle. They might use a dropper bottle rather than, with a squeezy top, rather than one with a dry collator in it and an orifice reducer. So there's just different application methods.
So then just a couple of final points from me. They've finalized a logistics company in Johannesburg that's handling all the import-export and the shipping. It sounds really well organized. They said that they will be doing a double batching every day. So if you actually get an order in South Africa on the same day before 10 a.m. in the morning, they said they would actually ship it the same day. And they are using a private logistics and courier operation. So it's not going to be South African Post. So part of the beta testing is actually to test and measure how long it's going to take for the product to get delivered in all the different parts around South Africa. So that's really exciting that they've contracted with a company to do that. They're hoping to have a fixed price delivery cost. And they're talking about a number of $4 to $5. So we're talking about the equivalent of what that might be, which, knowing what Yvette was paying through that Pep Store courier at like 50 Rand, 60 Rand, that's probably the sort of number that we're looking at as a fixed price for delivery, which is also really, really exciting. They are looking, just out of interest, to actually be able to deliver product to other South African or Southern African countries from South Africa. So if you've got friends or people and family in Namibia or Zim or Botswana and nearby, there's a real possibility that they may be able to, not right now, but within the coming months, they're hoping to be able to distribute from South Africa to those countries as well. So keep it in mind. They've finalized all the banking structure for South Africa, which means if you are building the business, you will be paid in Rand in your South African bank account potentially every week if you get paid the fast start bonus. And then once a month, you'll get paid the total commission on Unilevel and Power of Three, which we touched on and spoke about in the last webinar. But that's really great because if you are building the business and you're enrolling people every week, you will get paid every Friday in your bank account the fast start enrollment bonus. And remember, we said if you enroll someone, you get 20% of what they are ordering, and you get that for the first 60 days of their enrollment.
And 10% on anyone they enroll, and 5% on anyone they enroll.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. Fast Start can get you in your business, can pay your expenses for you in your business.
So that's really exciting, because if you get your list of people and start running classes and you're ready for that South African launch in October, you can enroll people in those first few weeks when it's open and actually pay for your business, pay for your oils, pay for your training material, and still be starting to make a profit right away in your business, and you're not going to be out of pocket if you plan that really well. So yeah, that's kind of the basis of what we've been told. Anyone who opens a doTERRA account will be able to open that account using a credit or debit card, and it's Visa and MasterCard at the moment. And that's what they'll be able to do to make payments. But at least they've sorted out all the financial side of things. doTERRA head office said that they will have the share and build guide available in English at first, and they're working on the live guide, which they've just had to rewrite because of the differences around the registration requirements in South Africa. But you will have the share and the build guide, which is great, and they've already prepared a welcome letter and kit for anyone new enrolling in South Africa. They will get the kit delivered to them with a welcome letter. And they're working on a specific South African product brochure, which is really exciting as well, which you'll be able to share with people if they're looking at the product.
But because in the beginning there's only 40 products, and then towards the end of the year they're hoping to double or treble that number of products that you'll have available, I can't see them doing a product brochure straight off.
Not necessarily.
They'll probably wait a few months and make sure that there's some really good products and more than a handful of products available in South Africa to bring out those product guides. But I also think in the beginning is just to use some of the, like for your classes, is to use that Home Essentials basic Empower class that we've made available to you.
So that is in the file section of the Facebook group.
I'm going to unmute everyone quickly, and maybe just Craig, is that all that you, I think that's kind of it.
Yeah, the final major point is they've obviously given us a bit of an indication around what will be called the Founders Club. We're looking at the first 15 to 25 people in South Africa who qualify as gold members. Someone's got a dog. Hello.
Hang on. I keep muting and unmuting. I'm going to unmute everyone.
That's fine. So the first 15 to 25 people in South Africa who qualify as gold, and they have to meet the standard of gold 3 months in a row consecutively. Now, gold means that you've got 3 legs, and each of those legs of your business are premiers. So do a bit of research on what that means if you're interested.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Tess will talk about it. You qualify as gold, and you maintain gold for 3 months, and you'll potentially then be a founder. Now, what is that?
You're qualified to be a founder. So it doesn't mean you automatically become a founder, okay? It's the right people will be approved to be founders.
Yeah. And ultimately, the founder, a fantastic opportunity is that 1% of South Africa's sales in a year is distributed amongst those 25 people for as long as you continue to run your business with doTERRA. So if doTERRA takes off and grows and gets massive, which it will in South Africa, and you're a founder, you are potentially looking at an ongoing, besides your doTERRA income, you're also looking at potentially sharing in 1% of South Africa's sales. And that's paid every January. So a really, really nice place to be if you're looking to get yourself a January bonus after Christmas every year for as long as you continue. So that was where they finished off that one. So
any
questions around that at the moment?
Anyone? Erica, you were on the call.
I'm fine.
Okay. It's a bit exciting though.
You covered it well.
That's it.
Any questions, anyone, or any comments at the moment?
Teresa, can you and Craig also become founders?
Yep.
Yeah, you can be anywhere in the world, and as long as we have our 3 legs, South African legs, 90% of those legs must be South African volume. So as long as we have 3 legs, separate legs, so 3 separate legs, you can't have someone under someone else and then go you are a leg, so separate legs that are all
Okay.
and we'll be founders. So we want to be founders, okay?
So that's our plan. That's our plan. But we
want to help you.
We want you all to
too.
be there with us as well, which is that's part of this whole thing, and that's why we want to continue to support everyone in the process. I'm not going to say anything because we don't have anything specific about pricing at this point. doTERRA are still looking at what it means, how they're going to get it landed, the import and all the rest of it. They will finalize pricing. I think the important bit is we have to realize that they will do the best that they can. I certainly trust, and Tess, we trust the company to do the best they can to land that product as the best possible price. What we've got to expect is that it will certainly mean that you're not paying shipping from Australia to South Africa or from America to South Africa. You're getting it on the ground in South Africa within a couple of days. And it is by far the best quality of essential oil in the world. So let's just keep remembering that that's what we're buying. And we're buying a lifestyle, and we're buying something that's going to change people's lives and make a massive impact on the people who are providing the oil as well. So doTERRA will do the best that they can. And as soon as we find that pricing, that's what it'll be. We're not going to comment about it. We're not going to criticize. We're not going to do anything other than say, thank you very much. We know what the price is. Let's move ahead and share with people what it's about.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point that Craig makes. And, you know, in Australia, we've kind of grown up in our market now. And one of the things that we notice and very quickly we get on top of it is if we find someone who online, maybe a newer leader or someone who's, you know, a little bit new to it, we quickly say something negative. It doesn't matter now about what. It could be, oh, the BOGO was, you know, boring or whatever. It's the rest of us will very quickly say to them, hang on, where's the thank you doTERRA for giving us a free product? Okay, so it's about, for us, and especially what we want to from the beginning create in the South African market is a real beautiful positive attitude always, and never going into that negative, and always remembering that what we're getting is something that changes lives. It changes, you know, it changes our lives, it changes lives around the world, and it's something really awesome and spectacular that we're having in our hands. And the company is beyond belief amazing. We are certainly we're blown away by what they're offering us. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents worth on that. Okay, so what I want to do, shall we mute again?
Yep, we can. Hit them on the bottom.
I'm going to quickly mute all. There's a mute all button. There you go. You're all muted now. And yes? Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, So I'm going to talk to you very quickly about when we're doing classes, how we do those classes. I'm not going to go into detail on how we do the classes, but what happens after the classes. And also, how do we get people to really embrace the idea of a lifestyle? Because in the end, if we were just to introduce someone to the oils and they buy just once and you never hear from them again, that's okay for that, but it's doing nothing for you in terms of the business. Okay, so this is about, for us, having a business and a lifelong sustainable business is about having happy clients. So it's about having clients who embrace the essential oil and the products and the toxin-free lifestyle as a lifestyle. Okay, so we need to learn to talk about that, and especially in our classes. So I'm just going to hold this up again. This is the little class outline that we still recommend you use. There's, you know, you can do, we've got other things, nature solutions classes and all sorts of things, but this is the one we recommend you use. Okay, and right at the back of it, you'll see, and this is the one that, for those of you who were in my classes in South Africa, this is the one that I used in the personalized small classes. And so what you'll see is right at the end, it talks about, just over here, it talks about the loyalty rewards program. It explains it a little bit, and then right at the bottom here, it talks about the opportunity to just live the lifestyle and be a customer and order something every month, placing things in your home or sharing with other people and just lightly sharing. And then this is an opportunity, talks about the opportunity to build a business. Now, when we're doing a class, that is the part that you do not skim over. Okay, it's all good and well. We talk about the oils and the product and the company, and we all love it. And how can we get the oils, and how can we do that? You know, how can we get the oils in our hand? But we have to, in every class, we have to offer people, we have to explain to them how the loyalty rewards order works. And we do that very briefly just at the class, because we can follow up with them on loyalty rewards. And we also very briefly talk to them about that opportunity. Okay, so do not skim over those two things, because long term, your business and the sustainability of your business depends on people being on loyalty rewards orders. Okay, that's the bottom line. People are, if they're on a loyalty rewards order, they're living the lifestyle, they're happy customers, they continue to purchase, and they reap the benefits of being on a loyalty rewards order. And so just to recap again, when we talk about the loyalty rewards order, we're going to talk to people about replacement spending, those things that, you know, what can you do in your own home? What can you use essential oils for, and make maybe, you know, something to clean your surfaces with using lemon oil. We want to create that idea for people, that it's replacement spending. It's a lifestyle of health and wellness, toxin-free living. And and then also, obviously, sorry, I'm just reading a thing here. Obviously, when we're talking about the loyalty rewards as well, is to explain to them that they start getting points back for free product. And those free products are fantastic for when you're actually doing classes as well. So then you can do little samples and put things out and have people sniff and smell, and, you know, maybe give someone a sample to try as well with those free products. But they're also, you know, it's beautiful to try a new essential oil with a free product that you get on points. So just to recap, when you put in a 50 product order, PV order in on a loyalty rewards, you activate your point system, your rewards points. Okay, and for normally that will start at 10%. If people buy bigger kits, which we don't have available, so I won't talk about it, but for us, you get a higher percentage back from the beginning. So they're going to get 10% back in the beginning, And from that 10%, it grows every 3 months. Month 4, that will grow to 15% back, as long as you keep your order over 50 PV. Okay? Under 50 PV, your points remain the same and your percentage remain the same. But if you go over 50 PV, first 3 months, 10% back. Next 3 months, you get 15% back. In the next 20, 25, and after a year, 13 months, you get 30% of your own PV spend per month, you get back in points. Okay, so if you put in 100 PV spend, after a year, you're going to get 30 points back because that's 30%. Okay, so that's important to explain to people that the points that they get back as rewards for buying regularly on a loyalty rewards order. So they're going to get points back. It will grow over time and it will max out at 30%. Okay, that is phenomenal. And keeping in mind that on wholesale, you get 25% discount as well. So it's like 25% discount plus 30% back in free product. It's quite unheard of that you get, you know, that sort of benefit on the loyalty rewards program.
And just to add to that, what they're hoping to do in South Africa is the same as in Australia, where they're actually going to give you points for the shipping cost as well. So if in Australia, for example, if we pay $7 to ship, we get 7 points as well extra in return for that, for shipping. So they want to do the same in South Africa. Greg's hoping that they can do that. So I'm not exactly sure what the relationship will be, but you'll get points for the cost of your shipping, plus then you'll get the loyalty points as well. And that's just really awesome because you can build up a collection of points, and then as new products get launched, or if you want additional products to give as presents or gifts or Christmas presents, you can start using points for those. So you're basically getting free products and really costing you the equivalent of half price if you look at the 30% back in points and 25 off the.
Absolutely. So that kicks in at 50 PV order. All right. Now, when you put that order up to 100 PV, that's when you can start earning an income as a wellness advocate. Okay. So a wholesale customer cannot earn income there. So that's the major difference. Wholesale customers cannot enroll people and you cannot earn an income. A wellness advocate can. So at 100 PV, you can earn income. At 125 PV, with an order that goes off before the 15th of every month, you will actually then get a free product of the month thrown in as well. And then we just find out normally on the 1st of the month what that product is. So my order is always over 125 PV, always. And that never changes in my back office. I never change that template. There's always 100, over 100 in there, because let's say, for example, I have now enrolled someone sitting in South Africa who's enrolling someone else, and my template sits at 90 PV. Am I going to get paid that week? No. Okay. So remember, fast start gets paid and it rolls up. 10%, 5%, 20%. So if I've enrolled someone who's enrolled someone, then I'm going to miss out on the 10% and the 5%. If my template is sitting at 90 rather than 100.
So just to clarify, for my own purpose, when you talk about template, that just means that you've always got an order set up in your office or in the back office when that opens. So you always make sure that there's an order of over 100 so that you never miss out on a week. So we talk about it as your order template. You can adjust that and get it ready for your next month's order. That's fine, but never let it go below 100. Sorry.
No, that's good. So those of you who are getting LRP orders through now at the moment, yours would all be over 100. There's someone, Erica, in the downline somewhere that sits on a 43. You are muted now. So, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it because there's no points getting back, nothing. So just keep that in mind. If it's over 50, at least it activates the percentage of points that are coming back on the loyalty rewards order. So when you're doing classes and you're getting people on their loyalty rewards, that's the main business building tool that you have, is to create a long-term income, is to get people to live the lifestyle, to reap the benefits of the loyalty rewards program. So learning to talk about it, and this is something that we'll train lots on still, learning to talk about loyalty rewards orders and the benefits of it is fantastic, because that will create your business and the lifestyle. And people who are interested in the essential oils, that's what you want. It's not about numbers. It's about people who are interested in living this as a lifestyle and being committed to buying some, you know, product every month. This is what we're looking for in terms of building a sustainable business for ourselves. So that's all I have to say about the loyalty rewards. There's some issues. Just make sure that those of you who put in a loyalty rewards and then you put in a second order of some sort, or you create a second loyalty order, because sometimes that happens, because you can create 15 loyalty orders if you want to, but just remember to cancel them. Otherwise, next month you're going to have those same 15 loyalty orders sitting in your template. So one loyalty order is usually just perfect, and we'll train you a little bit more on that.
As soon as everyone's got access to the back office.
As soon as you can see your back office.
Then we'll do the back office training.
We'll do that training with you.
Really important as soon as it gets switched on.
And I think another thing to talk to people and make sure that they know is that with doTERRA, there's two options. You either create an account as a wellness advocate, which means that you can earn income and enroll people, or you enroll people as a customer. Now, there's more training required on those two as well. But basically, if you've had, so this is what I want to say, is if you've had a discussion with someone and they've tried the oils and they've got the oils with them, like they, you know, they said, I'm loving this, I'm going to build a business out of this, and they're quite committed to doing it, sure, then sign up as a wellness advocate. But if someone says to you, oh, I think I might do this, I'm not sure yet, I might share, I might have other people coming in, but there's no real commitment at that point, they are a customer, even if they indicate to you that they might want to build one day. And the reason we say that is because when they're a customer and they've experienced the oils, and you've had some chance and opportunity to talk to them and educate them, then there is an upgrade option for them to upgrade to a wellness advocate. And the nice thing about that is after 3 months of being a customer, you can get an extra opportunity to move them in your organization into a position that works well for you and them. And that becomes important in terms of how we place people in our organization, which we haven't trained you on, which will need a lot of training. So keep that in mind. When you start talking to people, there's a wellness advocate. A wellness advocate says, I'm in, I'm building a business. And I can tell you now, nobody's going to tell you I'm in, I'm building a business before they've smelled and experienced an essential oil. Okay? They must at least, yeah, Erica's had that, at least smell and experience the oils, talk about the company. People need to have a bit of a feel for what this is about. And then they say, okay, I'm in. Wellness advocate, sure. But not even all of them will end up building a business, okay? So just know that. Otherwise, they're a customer and they can upgrade later. What else did I want to say about that?
I think just to add to that, start thinking about how you want to run your business and start thinking about systems and how you want to look after your clients going forward. Because if somebody says to you, I just want to be a customer and I just want to buy the oils, and you enroll them as a wholesale customer, don't fall into the trap of then forgetting about them. because a wholesale customer who starts using the oils has a very, very good chance of actually falling in love with them. And then their sister and mother and brother and aunt all want the oils as well. And if you lose touch with them,
yeah, no, we don't want to lose touch with anyone.
So you need to think about how you're going to keep in touch with people, bring them into the Facebook groups, and we'll talk further down the track how we suggest we do that. Bring them into the groups, get them involved. Make sure that you invite those people to the doTERRA functions in South Africa. Keep in touch with them, because if they do decide to have a class and you can then upgrade them, and you then get the opportunity to place them again after the 90 days once they enroll someone, then you've got a great opportunity to encourage that person to become a sharer and grow them into somebody who's going to help your business grow.
And the thing is, your customers who are loyal customers are going to love the oils, period. And so there's no way they're going to keep quiet about it. So your customers and your loyal customers on loyalty rewards order, they're going to become, or they might, want to share. And this is why, Craig makes that valid point. Your customers become your sharers, and which become eventually your big builders. So keeping that connection, always keep in touch with your people in your team. Now, whether you do it through a Facebook page, a little quick text message, or on WhatsApp in South Africa, keep in touch. Don't lose touch with people. Okay, very, very important. And then just a few things. We will train you guys on how to talk about loyalty rewards in more detail. We want to start teaching you very basically on placement strategy. I'm going to mention that just briefly because you don't have your back offices yet. It's a little bit hard to explain, but I think we want to get you to consider, when you start building, you're going to start with one leg and two legs. Okay, don't think about a third leg. And when you start thinking about a third leg, just connect with your upline, connect with us, and say, do you think third leg? And if you don't even have a second leg fully filled up yet, we're going to say, yeah, no, I don't think a third leg. Okay, so start working on the idea of two legs. So you want to start looking at who are those people who are going to be the builders, the wellness advocates who are going to be sharing, building actively. They're competent, capable people. They want to do this. They love the oils. They like you, okay? So find those people who, if you can find two people, okay, who are like that. Start with your one leg. Start building under that one leg, and then create a second leg. And we always say that will create you into a premier. If you've got two legs and your overall volume reaches 5,000 in that month, and each of those legs are at least 2,000. So it's a 2,000 leg and a 3,000 leg, or a 2.5 and a 2.5, or a 2,000, 2,000, and you've started your third leg on 1,000. Okay, but overall, you must have two legs, and overall, you must have 5,000 volume with a minimum of 2,000 in each of those legs. Okay, that's when you are premier. Now, when you hit premier, with every person that you enroll, the company on 100 PV order, just one in that month is going to get you about a $200 US bonus. That's 2,000, about 3,000 rand, or I don't know what the exchange rate is. That's plenty money. So get yourself two legs, get yourself to premier, okay? And then for premiers, and the next level is silver, which is 3 legs with 3,000 volume in each. All right. Premiers and silvers get that bonus by enrolling one person each month.
Yep.
You get, on 100 PV order, you get about, I think it's more than 2,000. Anyway, more than 200. But you get a bonus, just like that. So that's what I wanted to share with you tonight, is just work on look at some of the videos. Have we got some videos up on my
Yeah, so there's
on LRP?
Yep. So if you go to YouTube and just look for Tess under YouTube, I'll put that into the event as well. If you don't follow her YouTube page, please do so. There are a couple of, under YouTube, there's a playlist, and the playlist's broken down into doTERRA education, doTERRA products, and there's some really good material in there. Have a browse on some of the loyalty rewards material and start having a read through some or watch some of those videos. And then, as we touched on in the last webinar where we spoke about parts, remember that's prepare, invite, present, enroll, and support. Really where we're playing around now is when you start enrolling people and run the class, you enroll, and we'll expand out on each of those different areas so that you know how it all fits together. And just start doing that research now. Make sure you've downloaded the class layout from the file section in the group, or drop us a note if you want to get a soft copy of that. And make sure you work through the build guide and start getting that list of people together, and start thinking about the process that you want to follow to invite people and follow up, and just start thinking about the business structure and how you want to do it.
Talk. Connect. You've got a few weeks now to line people up. Talk to as many people as you possibly can about this opportunity. And I tell you what, I've let people go premier in one weekend, doing 5-6 classes in one weekend, and they went premier. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not putting any pressure on anyone by that, because the company says it takes a few months to get to premier and to maintain that. But it's something that is very doable to get yourself to premier, start earning at least that little bonus, and start earning a really nice little income for yourself as well. Just the last thing I want to quickly mention to you is, so when we're doing our classes, we're enrolling people, we've talked to them about loyalty rewards orders. Maybe they're not 100% sure about it. The protocol for us in doTERRA is, and I must say I haven't followed the exact protocol with any of my enrollments in South Africa, but we've spoken about what your needs are. The protocol is that we do a membership overview. It's also called a wellness consult or a lifestyle overview. Okay, so with every person that you enroll, you will have a meeting with them. Now that could be a face-to-face, it could be a Skype meeting, it could be a phone meeting, and it might take you 15 or 20 minutes. You have to follow up with them. And in that wellness consult, I'll just call it a wellness consult, and just remember, we are not practitioners, we are not wellness practitioners, we are simply wellness advocates. So in that consult, or in that time that you have with that person, you are there to seek out how you can serve your client. How can you serve your customer? So what are their needs? You want to find out, you know, they're paying for a loyalty rewards order, right? Or maybe they're not sure yet whether they should be doing this loyalty rewards order. This is your opportunity to go and sit down with them and give them your undivided attention and your love, and connect with them and ask them how you can serve them. What do you need? So you're going to help them to actually use their products properly. So first thing is, you've got to open the bottle top. Some people buy their oils and they don't open it, and it sits on the counter. Okay, so get them to open and sniff and smell each of those oils, and then sort of talk to them a little bit about LRP again, because if they're not on LRP, or they're not sure what to put in their LRP order, this is your opportunity to sit down with them. Now, there's a wellness consult form that we've put it out in the files, I think, or it's in the guide. In the guide. Yeah, it's in the Live guide, yep. which doTERRA is actually working on a new one for South Africa. And it takes you through a few questions that you can ask and sit with people with. And it's things like, what are your top wellness priorities that you can ask someone? What are your wellness priorities? And someone will say, oh, stress or pain or something, yeah, I'm not sleeping very well. And then you say to them, okay, so this is where you are today. You're not sleeping well. Can you rate it? You can, we can do, I'll coach you a little bit more on this as well, how to do a wellness consult and do it really well. But you can then ask them, rate yourself out of 10. Where are you? Some people will say, oh, sleep maybe a 3 out of 10. Then there's a little block in that consult form. I'll hold it up. Wrong one. Okay, so this is what is your wellness priorities for you and your family. Okay, I can't sleep, 5 out of 10. All right, what is your 90-day goal? Where would you like to be in 90 days? Oh, okay, it's taken me 5 years, I haven't slept. So in 90 days, I think I'd like to be from a 5 out of 10. How about a 6 to a 7 out of 10? Okay, I'd like to be able to sleep for so many hours a night or whatever the issue is. So you actually talk to these people, and then the wellness solutions you have. So what oils and products do we have that can support that person? Okay, so when you're going through this whole form, and I'm not going to do that now, we'll train you on it. That's a really, really important opportunity for you to support your customer, to create a connection with your customer and show them that you care, and it's an interest, it's to be to show them that you're interested, because we want to have happy customers. All right, it's your opportunity to talk about loyalty rewards order, and it's an opportunity to create for them a monthly, maybe over the next 3 months, an order every month that might include a different essential oil based on their needs. Maybe they need more ice blue, or maybe the Intune for supporting focus. Maybe rosemary can be added for, and you've got the books and the app that you can use to help you know what different conditions, what oils are suggested for those conditions. And you don't need to know this. You sit with the app, or you sit with a book, and you work through that with your client. I hope that makes sense, because that is a really, really important part of creating a happy customer base and work from there. And then that's duplicable. It's part of the process that we do, okay? So the wellness consult. So that's actually the only other thing I wanted to talk about. So we'll train you guys very soon as the market, when it's open, we'll train you on, again, we can never stop training on how to run classes, how to talk about loyalty rewards orders, the difference between a wellness advocate and a wholesale customer. We'll talk to you about placement strategy, how you're going to actually place people once you've got your back office, you enroll them, where you're going to place them, because you'll have 14 days in which you can place them where you need them to be. So we'll talk placement strategies, etc., etc. And the last thing is, when you get to silver and above, you get allocated an absolutely magical thing called an account manager. You need to, when you get to that level, Erica, you have an account manager.
You got 2.
You have 2. Please phone, speak with them with your own voice. Speak with them, connect with them. They're going to love up on you. That's their job. They want to help. They want to support. They are your best friends in doTERRA. We cannot do without our account manager. They just put them on speed dial. Okay. Now we're here as your uplines. We're here to support you in lots of this training that I've just spoken about. Going through learning the processes and the business processes and the little intricacies. The account managers are there to get to know you. They're there to get to know your business, and then to help you with certain strategic things and questions, because you will have lots of questions. And also if there's IT issues and anything like that, you take things to your account managers. Okay. So just a note, just a last note on that. And I think that's all that we have to share tonight. Any questions, comments? What do you want to know?
Tess,
Who's first?
it's Elise.
Hi,
I don't have. How are you? I don't have a photo answer, but I'm here. I want to. Now, don't ask me how that happened. It's just like a ghost.
Elise is
I want to
shadow in
find
the
out
top corner.
when will the list be available of the oils and that we can focus on detail about the oils and learn in depth the users and the properties.
Elise, to answer that, what I'd suggest is I'll put the list of the oils that I read out earlier in the group. If you go to doTERRA.com and make sure that you're on the American site, because the website realizes that you're in South Africa and it'll probably default to the South African website. But if you go to the top right-hand corner of the website, you can change it and select country America. And if you get to the American site, it will have every single product and what they call a product information page or a PIP on every single oil.
Yes.
So if you then go and read up on, and I would suggest just start with the 10 in the Home Essentials oil, in the Home Essentials kit. So make sure you've got a bit of a story about those 10 oils. So how have you used Breathe? How have you used On Guard? And go and read up on those on the American doTERRA.com. As soon as we know the list is finalized for South Africa, the doTERRA.com/ZA, I think, which is the South African one, will have all of the South African oils listed with their prices and the same material. But it's the same story, it's the same explanation if you go to the American page.
Thank you very much. I've already been there.
Use your pages. Use the doTERRA official pages. They've got incredible information on many things on there. They've got many videos and training videos. That I've actually worked through just about all of those training videos that doTERRA put out. They're small snippets and they explain very, very well on all aspects of this of the business.
And just on that, most of those oils actually have a sourcing video. So if you go to our YouTube or go to doTERRA's YouTube, the official doTERRA YouTube page, it'll actually have a short video that explains where the oils come from and how they harvest them. So if you want to know where frankincense comes from and you want to use that in your class, you can actually say, I know that it comes from Somalia or Oman and they've got trees and the local people harvest them because you've actually seen the video. If you're talking about lang-a-lang, you know that it's coming from Madagascar, isn't it, I think? And you know where lemons harvested from in Italy, and there's these Italian farmers that are in the video. So go and have a look at some of those doTERRA videos on the sourcing of those, and just start with those 10 oils.
Any other
Thank you
questions?
very much.
Tess, can I just say something that I've picked up now?
Yes.
On the oils that Craig mentioned, because I lost my connection when they changed over yesterday between the two speakers. On the list of the oils, the natural solutions kit, there's only Purify and Lemongrass, Correct X, and the toothpaste that's not part of the natural solutions kit. So maybe they'll figure it out and we'll get that too.
You'll get everything down the line. So it's just a question of...
This is a large amount of oils that we get.
Yeah,
it is.
And, I really like the idea that they start with something small because that will not overwhelm a new market. So start small. Those are your basic oils. They are very fun oils to use. They're easy to use. They are not the most expensive oils either. And I just think it's a brilliant, brilliant group of oils, the selection of oils that they've chosen for you. But you'll get everything eventually. It's just a matter of timing. Okay, anything else, anyone?
Sorry, may I just ask, do you know by now where the warehouse is going to be? Johannesburg or Cape Town?
No.
They said Johannesburg. The warehouse is Johannesburg. They're still deciding on the head office.
That will be the same. No?
It's a third party. There's an external third party company that's Johannesburg based, and they're handling all import, export, and logistic delivery. We'll get the details of exactly who it is shortly, Aniki, but yeah, that'll be Johannesburg. They're still deciding where they're going to base the doTERRA office, because they've actually employed a South African operations manager. Dean Naidu has been appointed. He's got 20 years experience in logistics. So he's been appointed as ops manager, and they have made an offer to a long-standing doTERRA employee who's been with doTERRA for 6 years, and they've offered that person in America the sales manager role for South Africa.
To come out.
And then they will decide whether, based on where the leaders of the business are and where the business is growing and needs the support, they'll decide whether that's Pretoria, Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban, whatever, and they will actually then create a doTERRA head office. So for Australia, for example, our head office is in Melbourne, and wherever they have the head office, they normally have really great facilities which we can all use and actually have classes in those facilities, and you can go and meet with the people there as well. So we'll wait and see. But they
go meet your account managers. Yeah. That's fantastic. Have a cup of tea with them.
But yeah, I believe that's Johannesburg for the warehousing and distribution.
Thanks.
No worries.
Right. Anyone else?
Cool. I will pop in the list of the oils that we've been told. It's not a finalized list. And we'll keep you up to date as to how we get closer to the beta testing and the conversion to South African accounts.
We need to know a time to connect with you all, because Saturdays are class days for you, having classes. So I don't know which other day would suit you. Weekdays for us will have to be in our evening time, which is your morning. And otherwise we only have Sundays.
Tess, I can catch up. I'm easy. Don't worry about me.
No.
We
need you. We need you. We need our main builders. We need you online. We need you in our training.
Especially when we start doing things like placements and answering specific questions.
That you'll be unmuted in those, and it will be interactive. So
we'll have to try and find something.
Yeah.
Like Saturdays is the busiest day for us for class.
Yeah.
No, we understand that. So we'll probably do training maybe with you initially almost every 2 weeks. We'll probably do that. And then individually you can catch up with us in between as well. It's just whenever, just let us know and we'll be able to have a little chat with you. But to have like a team training, we need you to find a day. Like, okay, so I'm going to ask this. Do you all, is a Sunday morning for you out of question because of church or something else?
It will work for me because I'm working full-time still, and during the week it's impossible for me.
And so a Sunday morning, is that possible? Just give us a yes or a no.
No.
No. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a little bit tough to get it, but maybe in the beginning. Oh, I don't know how we're going to do this. This time of the day is this bad for you as well? On a weekend, like on a Sunday? Oh, you see that Sunday lunch.
It's not going to work 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon.
Unless Craig and I get up at like 4 a.m. and leave it with us, we can possibly do something like that. Hey?
We can't expect that.
Look,
no, but we want to.
The reality is.
It's the reality that we're in.
It's our role to make sure that you're all comfortable.
And it's our responsibility. I mean, we've got.
If we need to get up at 4 o'clock and do an 8:30 for you in the evening, and we do a 4:30 in the morning, and we do that every couple of weeks initially, that might be what we have to do. As long as you're okay doing an 8:30 to 9 o'clock or 8:30 to 9:30 in an evening, 1 weekday. I realize that people have school days and work days, but if you're getting into it and that's going to work, then maybe we try at some point and see how we go. So what we might do is we'll do a.
I don't know.
We'll do a voting and get people to reply as to what their their best is, and we'll do a true democracy, and then we'll find the best way to do it.
Anyway, we've kept you for long enough, and thank you very much for coming on board. It's so exciting. We are just, and we're so impressed with doTERRA that they, you know, that they're coming through with doing this and doing it in the right way. Because doTERRA, they do things, hulle werk op die regte manier.
Yep.
Hulle, ja, moenie worry oor die ander company wat daar oopgemaak het in Suid-Afrika nie. Hoor, dis doTERRA all the way. Anyway, dankie vir julle tyd en dit is baie lekker om julle mooi gesiggies te sien. En ons gesels weer binnekort, hoor, mooi bly.
Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Goed gaan.
Bye.
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 Thank you.